Gravity Falls has always been known for its mysteries. A small town, isolated deep in the forest, where the strange is normal and the impossible happens often. There, eerie creatures emerge from the shadows, hidden symbols cover the walls, and invisible forces seem to test even the smartest and most prepared minds. Nothing is what it seems in Gravity Falls, and the more you watch, the more questions appear. In the middle of all this enigmatic chaos, Stanford Pines, aka Ford, is one of the few who dared to explore and document the paranormal phenomena of the region. Over the years, he's faced just about everything. But even with all that experience, there's one story he himself describes as one of the strangest and most terrifying he's ever lived through. And the craziest part? It happened during a time that's supposed to be joyful, bright, full of togetherness and peace. Christmas. During one of the harshest winters in town, Ford came face to face with a danger few would ever dare to speak of. Krampus, the Christmas creature that shows up to punish naughty children, and in Gravity Falls, things got seriously out of hand. Let's dive in. Welcome to Gravity Falls and to Cine lovers. It all started with an unexpected blizzard. Ford got stuck in the middle of the town's unpredictable weather, which according to him, would shift between heat waves and quail-sized hail. Realizing he couldn't keep going, Ford took shelter in a cave to avoid freezing. But that's when he noticed something strange, stranger than the cold itself. Footprints. And not just any footprints. A trail of tracks appeared behind him, shaped like hooves, maybe from an animal, or something worse. Suddenly, Ford was kidnapped. And when he came to, he was tied up inside a massive barrel. And the worst part? He wasn't alone. For terrified children were trapped in there with him. They were trembling, confused, not knowing what was happening. But in that moment, Ford knew exactly who they were dealing with. Krampus. Krampus is the opposite of Santa Claus. While one rewards, the other punishes. One hands out presents, and the other chains. In German tradition, Krampus appears with horns and a creepy, terrifying look, taking misbehaving children away in sacks or barrels. He's basically like the boogeyman we all heard about growing up. Still inside the barrel, Ford heard Krampus speaking in German, and to his surprise, he realized the creature wanted the kids to eat lots of candy. Now, someone offering candy to little kids? That never ends well, right? Just ask Hansel and Gretel. Ford tried to reason with the creature. He understood that Krampus was waiting for something, some sort of deal. So Ford offered to trade anything supernatural in exchange for everyone's freedom. Krampus, of course, agreed with one condition. The creature's demand? He wanted to hear a Christmas story, but not just any story. He wanted something happy, emotional. Ford started freaking out and arguing with the beast, who was growing angrier by the second. Things were getting worse fast, until, suddenly, something unexpected happened. A bright light burst in. Krampus was knocked out cold and fell to the ground. The real hero was none other than his partner, Old McGucket, who back then wasn't so old. With Krampus knocked out on the floor, the mood shifted completely. The children, who just minutes earlier were trembling inside a barrel, picked up dry branches and started wailing on the monster. It was like all the fear and tension of the night were being unleashed with every hit on the creature that almost turned Christmas into a nightmare. Meanwhile, Ford was both relieved and exhausted. If his partner had arrived just a few minutes later, Ford and those kids might have had a very different fate. And as absurd as it seemed, this was just another episode in his long list of bizarre experiences in Gravity Falls, a place where snow hides monsters and Christmas can be interrupted by a terrifying creature. Yeah, just another normal day in Gravity Falls. Even with Krampus defeated and the kids safe, the atmosphere was heavy. Ford and McGucket were exhausted. Christmas, for both of them, wasn't what they had hoped for. There were no gifts exchanged, no holiday feast, just the memory of a dark encounter with a bizarre and terrifying Christmas legend. What was supposed to be a peaceful winter night became one of the strangest entries in Ford's journal. Krampus, a mythological creature that haunts European nightmares, found a way to manifest in Gravity Falls. But, as with everything in town, the line between legend and reality is much thinner than it seems. And if even Christmas can turn into a horror story in Gravity Falls, just imagine imagine what else is hiding in those woods. Since Gravity Falls is full of mysteries, I have to tell you, Bill is still alive, and he might not even be the most powerful being in town. There's something, or someone, even stronger out there. And could a third season be on the way? Click right here to uncover all these secrets. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video here on Cine Lovers.